So I have a tale to tell you. Puzzle Publishers has added an AI story outliner and story writer. You're looking at a maze where we have a tale to tell of this rabbit here trying to get to his rabbit garden through the maze. Now the maze is made simply enough inside of the software, Pro Software, Simply Maze Crazy Pro. You simply just generate the maze. Here you can see I've loaded a new background color, a light blue, and also I have opted out of using the start and finish flags. Of course, the start and finish flags can be loaded here by simply clicking load start and then selecting any of the images. For example, if I wanted this to be the girl rabbit here, I could change that and she could be headed to water her garden or water her carrots. And then also I've turned off the solution, and you can see here the solution is carrots. Of course, that can be simply changed here. You can load that up, and you could change this to butterflies by simply clicking that, and you're going to see that changes to butterflies. As well as inside of Puzzle Publisher Simply Maze Crazy Pro, the tale can be told many different ways by simply clicking Edit the Maze and then changing the path by clicking to open up a new path to get to the garden. Of course, I would actually have to open that up so they could get to it. And there you go. Once you figure it out and you find the path, you can see that it's just that easy to close off. And again, change it so there is a new path to tell a different tale. So what is this tale, or how can we tell this tale, or how can Puzzle Publishers help us tell this tale, this story? Inside of Puzzle Publishers, they have added the new AI Hub, AI tools and training to help you with your puzzle books. They have a story outliner as well as a story writer. We'll start with the story outline. You can see here, this is what it looks like. The story outline simply takes a plot and generates an outline for a story. So you add your plot. Here you can see the plot that I added. In this case, I was talking about 2 rabbits, but it could simply be 1 rabbit. 2 rabbits need to get from the start of the maze to the end, picking up the items they need through the maze. Now, once you do that, you simply press Get Ideas. Then it generates the ideas. You can also open this up into a full screen inside of your browser so you can see the content that it creates from the plot outline. It has written me 2 stories, and you can simply see those stories that have been written here about the rabbits and the fact that these are just the outlines. These are the outlines of a story. These could also easily be the steps that the rabbits need to take or the rabbit needs to take through the maze, but you can pick up some really cool ideas. Of course, something like the 2 rabbits, you wouldn't want to name them Jack and Jill. Also down here, Thomas and Wilbur. That sounds really familiar, especially Wilbur. But anyway, you get the idea. Thomas and Wilbur need to get to one end of the maze to plant their carrot garden. The maze is filled with items they need to get, such as shovels, seed packets, and buckets. Then you can see down here, they're visited by a group of foxes. The foxes try to steal their carrots, but Thomas and Wilbur outsmart them. Finally, Thomas and Wilbur enjoy the fruits of their labor and their carrot garden. Again, go back to the maze. This could be simply told by adjusting the start and start flags here, and you could have the maze go many different directions as far as letting Puzzle Publishers, the tool itself, do it for you, or you could turn off the solution and the start and finish. And you could take that back into Canva, and then you could move these rabbits around or this rabbit around, and you could add in different elements. Of course, I've added here a shovel for him to pick up along the way, as well as carrots to plant down here in his garden. And I got those images over at Creative Fabrica. They're not that hard to find. And then once you get them, you can upload them simply. I've done this here in Canva. I went to upload files, and then I have all these different images that I can easily add to my maze to tell the tale, as well as the AI Hub helping me outline the story or going into the story writer itself. And once inside of the story writer, simply giving it the information or a few sentences to let it generate the story. Here I've entered a sentence to turn it into a story. A rabbit needs to get through a maze, along the way collecting tools to plant a garden. Simply click Get Ideas. We are generating your content, and it's going to then present the story. And here you can see it has actually now written me an entire story, not just the outline. A rabbit needs to get through a maze along the way collecting tools to plant a garden. Once upon a time, there was a little rabbit named Rosie. She lived in a lush meadow with her family and friends. One day, Rosie decided to plant a garden of her own, but she needed some tools to do so. She heard about a maze where she could find everything she needed, so she set out to find it. And then it goes on and it continues the story. Of course, these are just ideas that you could use to generate your own story, but of course, you can click copy, and you could take that back here to the maze, and of course, move this little guy around or little girl around, depending on who your rabbit is, and then open a new page, add some text, and then of course you could paste that text in there, and then you have your story. And then you have a story. Again, you could edit that story as you needed or as you need. Of course, here is the story, here is the maze with the rabbit, and now you have told a tale using the power of the new AI Hub inside of Puzzle Publishers. I just wanted to share that with you quickly. I think it's a really cool addition and a great way to generate some ideas, either using the AI outliner or the story writer itself to actually put the story together so you can tell your own tales and create something very unique. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if this video was helpful, and I'll talk to you later.